Crystal Palace are FA Cup champions and they did it in some fashion. A team on the rise with talent such as Eze, Gehi. I can't lie, I have a little bit of a soft spot for them. So I've decided today I'm going to rebuild them, but there's a twist. We're not allowed to spend any money on players. That's right, we're only allowed to sign free agents, and we're doing this over 3 seasons to see how much we can transform them without spending a single penny. Well, luckily we start with a trophy parade that we haven't even had to work for because the FA Cup is being paraded round London after a 12th place finish, which isn't too bad whatsoever, but we're looking to see whether we can transform them into a top half of the table team and then a European level team in the league positions. I think it's definitely going to be possible, but we're definitely going to need to find some good free agents to bolster this squad. Because this is what the team is looking like at the start of our first season in charge. But like I said, changes are definitely going to be made. Well, I mean, Mateta put up 14 goals, Eze put up 8 and 8, Sarr put up 8 and 6. They're not awful, but there's definitely room for improvement. But I mean, we've got to talk about Eze. If we are successful in this rebuild, he is going to be crucial. We've got to try our best to keep hold of him and see what kind of free agents we can add around him. And as you can see, there's a lot of free agents to pick from, but the issue is, for a team like Crystal Palace, none of them are really that high rated. And sadly, the £55 million sat in our budget is basically useless because the only thing we're spending money on is wages. And we need to do that because look how many players are expiring their contract in literally 1 month's time. We need to sort that out. But we've bought in a free agent in Memphis Depay. You can never have too many attackers, and he's the best free agent of the lot. Look at him in a Crystal Palace shirt. He looks absolutely fantastic, and he is now starting up front. But I think we're going to have a change of formation. I'm not a massive fan of the current setup we've got. So this is the new look. We're playing Depay on the left. We've got Eze, Mateta, Sarr filling out the front four. It's honestly a very good starting point. And as you can see, our cover for fullbacks is so weak. But then looking at the free agents, there's just no one that's anywhere near good enough for Crystal Palace level. So this is going to be the issue of this rebuild. It's going to be extremely difficult finding players that are high enough rated and ready to play in the Premier League. And as you can see, we've loaned out so many players. There's so many youth players in this squad, so we thought they can go get some minutes, some first team football somewhere. So let's take a final look at this team because we're now going to play through season 1. There's not too many changes in this team because Depay was the only really good free agent this summer, but we will definitely be making more changes in season 2 and season 3. And hopefully, we can have a top half of the table finish this year. I mean, I hope for a top half, but a 6th place finish is absolutely fantastic. What a start that is. And Mateta put up 15 goals in 29. Depay put up 16 in 38. Eze 9 and 8. The numbers are improving slowly as we try and reach our goal. I'm very impressed with how this team has performed. And remember, we've still got to add free agents going into the 2nd season as well. But we are losing some players because Mark Gehi refused a contract from us. And he's decided he's going to go join Newcastle in about 1 month's time on a free. Newcastle, the richest club in the world, have just copied our strategy of signing free agents. What's that about? So, I mean, obviously, this is what the teams look like at the end of season 1, but obviously players like Gehi are going to be leaving and we're going to need to be bringing more in. But we did manage to actually win the Community Shield against Liverpool, so that's another trophy to add to the collection. But in the Europa League, we did go out in the playoffs to Nice, 4-2 on aggregate. That is just nowhere near good enough. We want to have a European run if possible. And big boy Dean Henderson did manage to get into team of the season. Very proud of him there. A lot of Man United players considering how rubbish they are in real life, so they must have turned that around. But Fabio Silva has just won Premier League Player of the Season. In my personal opinion, one of the worst players to ever play in the Premier League. If you've watched him, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. And we're in the 1st season, and he's got and won Player of the Season. Not young player, the Premier League Player of the Season. And Gay's move to Newcastle has been confirmed, which means our squad is now looking like this. Jefferson Lerm has been moved into centre-back. That's not going to be staying for long. But the squad has definitely got a lot weaker. But lucky for us, the free agent options have got much stronger because we've scouted a lot of them and we're definitely going to be deciding who we think is realistically going to bolster this squad. Because we want to go from 6th to maybe 5th, maybe even 4th and have a good little cup run and even an FA Cup again or a European competition. And there's one name that we could not ignore from that shortlist, and that's Serge Gnabry. We've signed him as a free agent. That's a fantastic signing. And now we've got a front four of Eze, Gnabry, Mateta and Depay. The Champions League might just be around the corner for us. But as you can see, there's a lot of good young free agents this season because of like regens and stuff. So we're actually going to abuse this while we can. And we've instantly signed Sacco, the 19-year-old left mid. We need some more depth on that left-hand side and he is perfect. But we've also got to sign Leonard as well because he's 72 rated but can play right back and left back. So as you can see, our youth to this team has just been bolstered. We've got so many young players coming through, which is why this season and next season, if we can give them more minutes and they can continue to grow, the team could be unbelievable. But as you can see, the rest of the free agents on the market aren't exactly the caliber of player we're wanting to sign as Crystal Palace. So take another look at this team. We're now ready for Season 2. I would say it's better than Season 1's team and we haven't even spent a penny on anyone. So, Season 2, let's have it. And I mean, we did drop down to 8th place in Season 2. It's still not that bad though. A top 8 finish is better than what it was in real life. And as you can see, the team isn't looking too bad either. We now have Sacco in the starting 11. But Memphis Depay decided to fall off a cliff all the way down to 78 rated. It reminds me back to that Manchester United transfer. This fall off is monumental. But the main man, Eze, did obviously put up 15 and 8 and 3 and 4. Mateta already put up 13 this season. Maybe we need another striker. And despite him falling down in ratings, he had an awful season. I'm only joking. 4 goals, 5 assists is not good enough. Gnabry, 9 and 4 from right wing. Kossar also puts up 9 and 3, a lot from right wing as well. The player stats aren't awful, but you can see why we fell down the league a bit. And this time we did make it 2 rounds further in the Europa League, losing to Napoli 5-4 in the quarterfinals. To be fair, that is a really harsh matchup to get in the quarterfinals. That's not the end of the world. I can take that. Because look, Napoli did go on to win the entire thing. So we did lose to the winners of the whole tournament. So this is what the team's looking like at the start of Season 3. Obviously, players are going to need to be bought in though if we want to push on and win some silverware. And lucky for us, there's actually some good options in free agents this season. And I mean, no offense to Hull or anyone that lives there, but they're in the Premier League and I'm very excited because that's a guaranteed 6 points this year already. And we've already bought in our first free agent. Obviously, we lost Mark Gahey to Newcastle, but don't you worry, Palace fans, because Acuna, this 18-year-old 74-rated centre-back, has walked into Crystal Palace. But we're not stopping there, guys. Don't you worry, because Marcel Sabitzer has joined. Now, that is a big name to be joining Crystal Palace in our push for some silverware. And this is now what the team is looking like, with all those new signings in the door. I think the team is good, but this is our final chance to win something. Our final season as Crystal Palace manager. Can we win the FA Cup? I don't think we're even in Europe this year, so we'll have to take FA Cup, Carabao Cup, maybe even the Prem. But let me humble myself a bit. Let's just go into this final season, have a good year, have a good send-off for the lads. Let's get into this one. Guys, you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. We're at the final game of the season, the final game of the video against Arsenal. But have a look at what the league table is. Prepare yourself, I'm being honest. We're tied on points for first in the league. Anything but a loss, and we're basically guaranteed the league title. It's Crystal Palace versus Arsenal, tied on points to win the league. Arsenal are obviously going to bottle it, as they always do. But I actually can't believe the situation we've somehow found ourselves in. But when you look at this team, it makes a little bit more sense because some of the ratings have absolutely shot up. And I mean, Mateta's had a big bounce back season, bagging 30 and 11. Eze's back 19 and 18. What is happening with these numbers? Sacco, 21 years old, getting 12 and 12. You can't complain whatsoever. These numbers explain exactly why we've found ourselves top of the league on the final game of the season. Look, Mateta has walked the top goal scorers list with 30. And then in the assists, we have the top 3 in Eze, Sacco, Mateta, all with 11 plus. Our team going forward was just pure chemistry. But before we play that final game of the video, let's have a look back at our time here. 160 games played, an exactly 50% win rate. Not too bad at all. Record transfer fee, £0. How'd you like that? Total earnings, £9.3 million. We're a money maker over here. Our biggest win was a 6-0. That happened this season as well, so we're clearly stepping in the right direction. But this is our final chance. I can't believe the coincidence this is. The final game of the season, our last chance to win anything. We're on tied points with the team we're about to play. Anything but a loss, and the Premier League trophy is ours. We're obviously playing this one. No chance we're missing out on this. You've seen the team. Let's go win the Prem. Okay, they've got it up there to Liam Delap, who's now their starting striker. But Richards has got the ball back into Eze. Over to Adam Wharton, and he's going to be a danger man in this game, hopefully. A potential difference maker, but we're back out to Eze. A decent ball into Gnabry. We have lost out, but Adam Wharton over to Gnabry. Unbelievable turn. Against his former team, Serge Gnabry has just scored a league-defining goal. That means Arsenal have probably bottled the league for about the 10th time in their history. Or should I say the 10th time in the last 2 seasons, because they're addicted to it. But Gnabry is addicted to scoring goals. And what an unbelievable moment this could be for Palace. Okay, they've got the ball there with Szoboszlai. They have made some weird signings. But they've got it into Liam Delap once again, and Saka is through. And this is not looking good, bruv. This is not looking good. Saka, oh, why have we slid in? And it is now 1-0, 38 minutes in. This should still be enough for us to win the league, but it's not ideal. And that is half time. We're still in the driving seat, but we're driving blindfolded at this point because this is going to be a nervy second 45. Okay, we've got the ball with Adam Wharton into Mateta. Can we make something happen? He's still going. He's cut it back. It's unlucky, but they're trying to start a counter-attack, and we have dragged Munoz way too far over and given them loads of space, but Saka's just abusing us. Oh no, we've lost our heads. We're playing dirty. We're trying to take him down and we can't, and it's still up. I always preferred his dad anyway. Always preferred his dad, and we're now 2-1 down. Okay, no messing about. We've got the ball from kickoff. We need a quick response because as it stands, we are actually the ones to bottle the league, and we can't be having that. Gnabry has got very lucky, but he is still going. Mateta. Offside. Okay. Well, that's quite a quick response, you could say. I'm not sure what David Raya is doing. Sat him on his arse. What a quick response that was. Okay, we've got the ball with Saka on this left-hand side. He decides to go himself. He's cutting in, he's cutting out. He's playing it back to Gnabry, who's lost the ball. And Arsenal are looking to counter-attack once again with Delap. Over to Martinelli. I'm not liking this. Lacroix is trying to cover across, but Martinelli has done very well, and he is actually still going. Dean Henderson, a hero in the FA Cup final, might have just cost us the league. Okay, once again, we're not messing about. We've got it with Adam Wharton. We need a goal. 20 minutes left. We literally need a goal. And oh my God, we're through. Just relax. Relax. Sometimes you need to concede to be able to score. There's a life meaning in there somewhere. You just need to find it. And that is game done and dusted. What a game for the neutrals. 3-0. And I'm waiting for the confirmation. I think that means we've won the league. And surely we're not celebrating a draw like this unless there's a Premier League trophy to come at the end of it. I think we've gone on and won the Premier League with Crystal Palace. That is an extremely weird sentence to be saying, but you honestly never know. And we've somehow managed to do it with free agents. And there you go, the Premier League trophy in the blue, red and white colours. It does actually look very good, and we did manage to win it on the final day at home against a team that was tied with points for us. That is literally poetry. Perfect finish to the season, and we have won the Premier League on our final season as Crystal Palace manager. There's your confirmation. A draw did not put us above Arsenal on points, but the goal difference was all that mattered. We managed to score 90, and we had a goal difference of 3 better than Arsenal, which was all that was needed at the end. So this team is good enough to win the Premier League. So what's your excuse, Arsenal? But back to Crystal Palace. What a journey that was. The free agents did make big impacts. The likes of Sacco, Gnabry, Depay in Season 1. Everything else, just forget about him. But I would say that's definitely successful. Any Palace fan will take winning the Premier in the next 3 seasons. They'll bite your hand off, in fact. So that is where we're going to leave it for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, turn notifications, and drop down below what team you want to see me rebuild next.